Hey, what's up, guys? I'm gonna do a gear review. This is a piece of gear I've been hanging on for a while. I got this from the Ready store. I did a unboxing of some stuff that I got from them before, and I showed some different foods and stuff they offer. But this is something that I've kind of held off on because I wanted to use it for a while. I wanted to see, how the power lasts, because this is a hand crank flashlight slash radio. Okay, and this is the box it comes in. I had to actually dig out the box because I haven't. I forgot where I put it originally, but anyway, in case you're interested in packaging, this is what it is. It's a Dynamo flashlight slash radio. Okay, the number here is KA404, item number in case you want to contact the manufacturer directly, which is Kaito, Kaito. And the only reason I'm telling you that is because there's additional accessories you can get with this thing that did not come with this, such as an adapter for USB port so that you can charge this on a USB outlet, through your computer or laptop, as well as some other accessories as well. So I'm not really interested in that kind of stuff because this isn't a hand crank flashlight and radio. I could just do it myself. It's not a big deal. But in case you want that stuff, you might want to contact them. This cost $19.95. I'll say that right off the bat. Is it worth $20? It seems kind of like one of those gimmicky TV things, QVC, Home Shopping Network, just for $19.95, the infomercials like the Snuggie and all those other things. It is kind of gimmicky. It is somewhat cheap, but honestly, for 20 bucks for a lot of the other crap we buy for $20, I think it's a great product and worth having. If you're definitely into the whole survival type mindset and mentality, you should have at least one kind of crank flashlight and or a crank radio. How a crank item works is basically you're generating the power for this. There's an internal battery in this, but you can regenerate the power in that battery and recharge it by cranking. Okay, basically this piece unclips here. This is what it looks like closed. Okay, it's somewhat compact, but you lift this out to the open position. Okay, it's a free swiveling knob here, and basically you just rotate it. Okay, now while you're rotating this, you'll see this light will come on. If you're going too slow and the light doesn't come on, see how it's kind of barely coming on? It's not working. It has to be fully on. So you don't want to really go crazy with this because it is plastic construction. If you put some funky angles and pressure on this, you probably will snap it off and make it extremely difficult for yourself to ever charge it again. So be kind of somewhere in the middle. Don't fly with it, but don't lollygag. Just kind of a medium speed. Just keep an eye on, make sure that light's on when you're doing it. And that's what actually charges this up and gets it, powers it up for you. Very simple to use. Like I said, a downside to this is because it is plastic construction, be careful. Don't break it, obviously. Don't go too nuts with it. Alright, so once it's powered up, basically you have the flashlight portion of it. If you're not into flashlights in general as a hobby, then it's more than enough light. Okay, I don't have an exact lumen measurement on this, but basically you have a switch on here. You have high, low, and off. One click up is low, which is one of the 5mm LEDs. Okay, and it's just like a white color, a solid white. And then high is all 5 of the LEDs. Okay, you can see there's 5 in there. So again, low, decent amount of light. High, it's really not that bad at all. But the reason I mention it is because there's a lot of guys here on YouTube who've, in the gear community and tactical type stuff, who've really gotten into some of the high power lights, the 200 plus lumen flashlights. And if that's the kind of guy you are, you're not going to be impressed with this. But for the average person, it definitely puts out enough light to get most jobs done. Okay, you're not going to be in the woods searching for people with this light or be able to spot things, 60 feet up in trees. But for a general purpose flashlight, it's not bad at all. Okay, and I can tell you that with probably 10 or 15 minutes of cranking this, the battery power lasted roughly, I want to say, 2 hours, okay, before it started significantly dimming the flashlight. Now, what I really like about this this specific product is that it is also a radio, okay? And the flashlight, you guys know I have tons of flashlights. That's not my biggest concern. I do like the fact that if I don't have batteries around and I have no power, that I will always have this flashlight, the capability of it working by cranking it, okay? That's a major plus for me. But what I really wanted this for was for the radio. If there is a really bad emergency or something really crazy going on, whether it's man-made or nature, giving us a big smack in the face, I want to be able to hear emergency broadcasts. Okay, let's say I lose power in my house and there's no one around. You know, something's going on, like I said, whether it's some kind of natural disaster or some kind of man-made havoc, you know. I want to be able to turn on the radio, AM or FM, and see if I can take in any broadcasts. Maybe they're saying that people are gathering at such and such place, or you can go here for food and shelter, or, you know, whatever. It's good to have a radio. Okay, now this is not entertaining for me. I mean, with all the iPod, I mean, I don't have an iPod or anything like that, but I don't need like a radio. Like, I don't go to the beach and I need like a handheld portable radio. This is strictly just for emergencies, not for entertainment. But anyway, you have two knobs here. Left knob is your power button. Once you click it on, the light will go on, and then of course you have your volume setting. Let's turn it up here for the demonstration. On top you have AM, FM, and Siren. I'll talk about Siren in a second. But first let's go to AM. Just rotating the knob, try to tune something in. Let me turn the volume down for a second. Now what you'll have noticed is that AM is very hard to tune in. For me, and you know, I live in obviously a very wooded, dense area. I did find that if I move around my yard or move around my house, I do get better reception, okay? But the antenna on this, and like I said, this might be another option from Cato, and I'm not sure, but they might have some kind of external antenna so you can pick up more of a signal. I did find that if I turn the volume up here and switch it to FM, that FM does work fine.
It's one of the top events of the season, and you want to make sure you are
there. So if you want to be entertained with some music,
brand new from Lincoln Brewster, that's off of his latest
there you go.
CD. That's called Real Life. Before that, coming in.
All right, so now you can hear that the FM, I mean specifically where I am right now, I'm just on my porch, very strong signal. But I found that no matter where I go, the FM is a lot stronger than the AM.
Miles on the Gates of Praise next Friday morning. We do encourage you.
Alright, I got shut off the radio because stupid copyright laws. Alright, so hopefully that wasn't a problem. So you can see the AM, FM does work. AM is more difficult to tune in. I'm not sure if you can get an adapter for this for an external antenna. What you will find is that on the front here you have a DC 5-volt in, okay, where you can charge this, as well as there's an output here, 6-volt. This is separate. You do not get this with this the setup from the Ready store, but you can buy a plug that will charge your cell phones as well. I think that's an excellent option. If you're out somewhere and there's an emergency and your cell phone's dead, you can plug it into this and of course you know, crank up some power for your cell phone. I don't have that plug. I'm not super interested in getting that plug at the moment because I have other options for cell phone power. I do actually carry a spare battery in my vehicle. But anyway, I just want to show you that. The last thing on here is the Siren. Now the Siren function is kind of unique. Basically, when you click this all the way down, it's a Siren. You'll hear the Siren. Kind of just an annoying, attention-getting noise. I suppose if you know, I don't really see a super big function for this because it's great if you're like lost in the woods and you're walking around. Hopefully someone will hear this and find you, but are you really going to take this into the woods? It's kind of bulky. It's light. It's not a heavy item, but I don't see most people packing this. The Siren may be good for just alerting people around you. Let's say there's a bad situation, maybe. Well, sorry about that, guys. I realized my camera, after a certain duration of time, automatically just stops the video. I'm not sure. I guess that's a feature in that I guess they figured after a certain amount of time, maybe you're filming an accident, that you probably shouldn't be making a video that long. I have no idea. It's kind of an annoying feature, but I can't shut it off. So Anyway, I was already done with the review. I just wanted to, of course, pop back on here, and I have to give you my exit, which I always do. And thank you for watching the video, because I do mean that. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. So take care, guys.